So I found on a local marketplace another DCM-380. Since I'm really happy with this one, the guy was only wanted $10 for it, and I only had $9 in my wallet. So I gave him. He said that doesn't open. The tray doesn't open. So today we're going to talk about how I fixed it. So here, and it came with the original box. Came with the original instruction manual and another remote. So this is the remote that I actually bought on eBay, because this one I got at a thrift store. And then came with another remote. Basically, it was brand new. Now the guy said it used to work fine, and he put storage for 5 years, and then when you turn it on, it wouldn't open. So here's the unit. And the way I fixed it is, well, initially I took everything apart. I've learned how this whole unit works. Excuse me. So I literally took everything apart. This front plate, the back plate, took this whole thing out, because I wasn't sure. In case you're wondering, this unit has one belt. It's underneath that I'll show you, the belt that opens the drawer. Everything else is gears, so it has one belt. And so initially it would not open. The thing wouldn't open. Let me stop that. The drawer wouldn't open at all. But eventually, it looked like it was hesitating, so I kept pressing the power on and on, open until it opened. Okay, here's the belt. Probably could use a better one. There's a little lag on it. Try and get another belt. But anyway, very easy to replace this belt. It just comes off. You don't have to remove any screws or nothing. Very easy. But the thing that was, so when you open this tray on the DCM-380, you should be able to, when you press this skip, should be able to skip it while it's open. This wasn't happening. So first I kept, on and off power switch, on and off until it opened. And then I noticed that the skip doesn't open. I mean, wasn't happening. Now I was comparing all the operation against the one that's working. And it's good to have another unit, because then I knew where, I kind of forgot where some of the screws were going, but but then I noticed, so then if I was just kept pressing the open button, eventually open. So I kept doing the same thing on the disc skip. I kept pressing it. You guys hear that little sound, this little screeching sound? I think the motor just this unit wasn't being used in such a long time, and maybe it was stored in a cold place. I don't know what conditions the guy was storing it in. Maybe the motor seized. But I kept pressing, and it started to work really slowly, like this. You can see that it was trying to. So I kept pressing and kind of forcing it to, for this to turn over. And then eventually did. It had a really high-pitched screeching noise. You can kind of hear it a little bit still. I kept pressing it to kind of work the motor out itself. I just kept doing this for a few minutes. And most of the screeching noise is now gone. I'm going to put some... Most of that screeching noise is gone now. But anyway, that's how I fixed this. It would show in an error number 2 or error number 1. And that, if you Google it, it will tell you there's some kind of mechanical action wrong with it. And actually, it was just the motor was seized. Oh, I guess this can happen. So now, we will load up that CD. We'll pre-scan it. If I press play, plays. That CD is really badly scratched, so I'm surprised it read it, but it did. You can kind of hear it, that screeching noise. So anyway, that's what was wrong with it. Literally, there wasn't anything wrong with it. It's just, I guess when these units sit in storage a long time, these mechanical issues kind of can happen. I don't know. I don't know of any other way to force this motor to move other than trying. I did mess with this a little bit, but that didn't seem to like do anything as far as movement of the motor. There's definitely like a contact switch here when something, you know, when like the edges here, probably when that goes in this dimple or something. But anyway, so that's what's wrong with this unit. What was wrong, now it plays fine. I'm going to assemble the top, and this thing was brand spanking new. And I really like how these sound. They have a really good DAC. Speaking of the DAC chip, it's underneath. No, it's over here. That was on the other side. It's the PCM-1732U. There's also another chip underneath. I'm not going to obviously take this out to show you because that was a pain in the butt. But yeah, at a certain point, I wasn't sure what was wrong, so I took everything apart. This thing, everything, and it was easy putting that together because I had a working reference unit. So, and during this investigating part, I found out where the belt is, because I thought this was all gear driven, but it's not. There's one belt. It's this guy. It's really easy. If you have one of these units, this thing is hesitating, you probably have a weak belt. I would recommend, while you still can open the unit, that you open it, shut it off like this, put something over it, disconnect it from power so dust doesn't get into it, leave it like this, order a new belt. I've heard that one of the tricks of the trade and belts, excuse me, you can go to the local like hardware store and they probably sell all kinds of belts like this much cheaper, but this one is a little give in it, but it still works. And there will be just take that with you and see what they have, and if they don't, just go on eBay, and it really does sound good, so it's worth spending whatever, $10 to get a new belt. Let's open this guy up, close this. That's it. So hopefully someone will find this useful. I got two of these guys now. Cheers.